Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 4 of season 3 here at Southampton. In the last episode you had a vote, and as I finalised the figures from it, it was actually tied between Lautaro Martinez and Diedhiou as to which new player we should bring in at striker. Now, I'm going to pick Diedhiou mainly, or probably in fact solely, because there was a lot of outcry in the comments section saying that Lautaro Martinez has been signed by a number of other people that you watched this year in their career modes as well, most notably Channy Sports and Doc Landers as well. In fact, I think 3 of the most upvoted comments were saying, Ches, just don't sign Lautaro Martinez, please. So I'm not going to sign Martinez. Obviously, it was a draw with the vote as well, so the decision is quite easy, actually, to go and sign Diedhiou instead. He has quite remarkable physical stats. 99 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, 89 agility and 81 balance with 83 jumping as well, which helps considering he's only 5'8". 94 dribbling, although his ball control could be better, as could his finishing and his short passing, etc. But he's only 23, there's room for growth. Hopefully, he will do exactly that and grow quite a bit. Now, he does have a release clause of 26.8 million, but I'm going to try and get him for less than that if I can. Obviously, with players in the works with regards to leaving us and more money to come in, and currently I have £26 million available to me, so I'll offer a transfer fee of just 20 million, and we'll see what they say to that. To start off with, they want the typical. They want the release fee clause. Let's try 22 and see if they'll accept that. They're going to come down at all. They've come down a little bit. Maybe if I offer 22.5, I'm going to be quite frugal here if I can, because of course we do want to bring in. Okay, they've just swapped the 5 and the 2 around. I do want to bring in another central midfield player if possible once Højbjerg's gone. There you go. Good. They're going to accept that. We shall offer him a contract. I do want to bring in another central midfielder, of course, to play ahead of either James Ward-Prowse or Oriol Romeu, probably James Ward-Prowse. So, that being said, in fact, I may even sign someone that could play at Cam, so perhaps Torgan Hazard might come into the question, but I'd rather sign someone for the holding midfield role or all-round central midfielder rather than Cam, to be completely honest. We have Winks and Tolisso here. Obviously, there's a big difference between Harry Winks and Corentin Tolisso, especially in this 3rd season where Tolisso is 87 rated. But do feel free to leave me a number more suggestions for central midfield. What is he currently on? £12.5 a week. Hopefully, he shouldn't want too much, and we should be able to pick him up quite cheaply. He's not going to be too heavily involved initially. I'll ask if he'll accept a rotation, and he wants important. That's fine. He can have important. Borja Mayoral will start as my number 1 striker. Bless me. And he wants a 5-year contract. That's fine. No release clause is fine by me as well. Borja Mayoral, like I say, will start as my number 1 striker. I'm more than happy just to accept those straight off the bat, to be honest. 21 grand a week, or 21.5 grand a week is an absolute steal. Very pleased with that signing. I'll throw him on the bench. Of course, Arrizabalaga will be making his first start for the side in this opening game against Chelsea in the Community Shield, and we'll also be playing Brighton in the first game of the Premier League today, unless something dramatic happens transfer window wise, in which case I'd want your feedback. But for now, I'm quite happy to play at least the 2 games today and advance towards West Ham. Whether we get as far as the West Ham game or not remains to be seen, but I believe we're waiting to hear back about Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Aaron Moyes already left us, hasn't he? I believe. I think I sold Moy, didn't I, in the previous episode? Pretty sure. Oh no, he's still there. Okay, maybe we're still in the process of selling him too. I can't quite remember where a number of deals were. But we'll go and play Chelsea, and hopefully we can get ourselves another piece of silverware. Of course, we beat them in the FA Cup final, which is why we are here at Wembley again. And they won the Premier League, which is why they're here again. But Diedhiou will start on the bench, but presumably at some point will come on, and Arrizabalaga will make his debut for me here too. Drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further videos. Of course, there was an RTG video uploaded earlier on today, so check the channel page for that if you missed it. But for now, we're going to concentrate on this game at Wembley. Chelsea's starting lineup isn't as strong as it could potentially be. A number of first team names on the bench, but Giroud and Abraham up top. Van Ginkel in the midfield with Matt Miazga and Kenneth Omoruo at centre-back alongside Azpilicueta. Anthony Lopez in goal as well. So not their first team keeper with Thibaut Courtois on the bench, but still a strong name. So 2 keepers making their debuts here. I think Lopez has been signed this window, if I'm not mistaken. I might well be, but I don't think so. So we'll see if either of them can keep a clean sheet on what isn't, I don't suppose, technically their official competitive debut, but it's always an issue of hot contention, is it, whether people actually consider the Community Shield a competitive game or a friendly. You'll have to let me know what you consider the game in the comments. I'd say it's more of a friendly and isn't necessarily a competitive competition. You wouldn't necessarily count Community Shield wins when, you know, totting up silverware totals for a team. Normally you just consider the big main competitive cups in domestic and European competition, but we'll have to wait and see if we can add to our silverware here. Of course, winning the FA Cup last year, it would be great to start this season off with another winners' medal for everybody involved. Whether we can do that or not remains to be seen, but maybe Diédhiou might be the man to come off the bench to do the business for us. Kluivert will drill this into the middle and it will reach Buffal, and off the underside of the bar we lead after 8 minutes. No clean sheet for Anthony Lopez. A superb opening goal. Buffal just side-footing that. I think, did he take a deflection or did he just scuff it? Can't really tell from that angle. Oh, it took a big deflection off the heels of Kenneth Omoruo. In fact, the initial effort may well have been going wide. Thank you, Kenneth. We shall take that. Own goal, 1-0 Southampton. Marcos Alonso to deliver a free kick. Well, Prowse just picked up a yellow card. Win that header with Quincy Promes, and he's done that well. Omoruo nearly tackled there. He's not had the best of opening starts this game, Omoruo. Giroud into Tammy Abraham. Good save by Aritha Balaga to keep that out. First time he's been called upon, and he's stopped them from scoring, so I'm happy enough thus far with his performance. Promise. Well, with every defender around him, and he's still able to get away from them all. Can't finish though. I tried to settle myself and pick my spot, and it didn't quite work. Promise with the delivery. Oh, Oriol Romeu on his own. Superb goal. Beautiful cross from Quincy Promes, and Oriol Romeu bursting forward from CDM. Left all alone there to just volley home into the bottom corner. Terrible defending from Chelsea. Watch him run in there. They just don't track him, and he's all alone. Anthony Lopez tries his best to spread himself. Does get a big chunk on it, hits his leg and then off his midriff, but into the bottom corner it goes. Chelsea 0, Southampton 2 after 31 minutes. Tammy Abraham around the corner. Giroud pushing forward. Oh, Giroud with a slide tackle. Tammy Abraham with the effort that's blocked. Nice tackle by Romeu. Wasn't sure whether I was actually going to catch the man and end up getting a second yellow there. Promes will lay this in front of Sofiane Buffal. Marcos Alonso with me. I was going to do a McGeady spin, never mind. Oh, it's Oriol Romeu that the ball's dropped to. It's 3, lovely finish. Everything's going in for me. Nothing is going in for Chelsea. Southampton 3, Chelsea 0. We are replicating, to this point, the scoreline from the FA Cup final. They're not playing as strong a team against me, Chelsea, as they were on that day, but 3-1 that day, 3-0 thus far. Tammy Abraham tried to step in there with Skriniar and couldn't get near. Marcos Alonso around the corner to Tammy. Cross can come in here. Or Buffal could out. Oh, Cedric even could out mustn't have. Win that header, please. Van Ginkel does. It goes wide of the target. Chelsea's first real opportunity of this second half, and it was pretty average. Marcos Alonso, I believe that was going off. I think, was it Zappacosta coming on? I'm entirely too sure at first glance from a distance, but they have made a change here. It was, in fact, Davide Zappacosta, yes. Kante on the run. Tammy Abraham. Cross to Giroud. Intercepted well. Højbjerg out wide to Sofiane Buffal, and we could be on the counter here, although Bakayoko was closing me down. I just tried to turn inside there, and it changed player for me, rather frustratingly. Chelsea do have another Cup Winners' Cup, so to speak, with the European Super Cup coming up for them against Borussia Dortmund. They'll have to hope that they play significantly better in that one than they do, or have done in this one. But perhaps that's why they're playing a weaker side against me here. Oh, Giroud's going to tap that home. That's terrible defending from me. Perhaps they're playing a weaker side here because they're concentrating on the European Super Cup. But Giroud pulls one back for Chelsea. I thought I'd done enough, but I've no idea why he slid in there like that, Kieran Tierney. Then it bounces around and falls straight to the Frenchman. Why Tierney slid there, I've no idea. Borja will go off though, and coming on for his first appearance of any kind in a Southampton shirt, is Diédhiou. Giroud, back to Van Ginkel. Justin Kluivert just steps in. Poke that forward, looking to find Oh, Jeju, and you're not going to catch him once he's away like this. How's his finishing? Ooh, I don't know whether that was a great finish with superb accuracy or perhaps slightly lucky. Only 79 finishing, but on his unofficial, uncompetitive debut, he has put the ball in the back of the net, Jeju. Southampton 4, Chelsea 1. Once he's away there, you're just not going to catch him. That pace is going to cause so many teams so many problems this year. He might well score us a number of goals. This could be, if he settles in quickly, a very successful season for us in year number 3. I was quite surprised just how good the league season went in season 2 after finishing 16th season 1 to then finish 2nd in the second year, although perhaps slightly lucky to do so with the results going our way on the final day. We might well have found ourselves finishing 4th, but still in the top 4. The board do want us to win the league this year, rather surprisingly, and I shall try my best. But Zappacosta scores a second for Chelsea here at the back post. Kieran Tierney not good enough aerially, and despite feeling comfortable, it's just as well I scored that 4th, otherwise there might well have been enough time left for Chelsea to look for an equaliser with a 3rd goal for them. But I think the final whistle is around the corner, and indeed it is. 4-2 the final score. We win the Community Shield. I didn't want to skip that. Never mind. Southampton 4, Chelsea 2. 9 shots each, 7 on target for us, 3 on target for them. You get the feeling, had they had more shots on target, they might well have had more... Well, they would definitely have had more chance of winning the game. They might well actually have won the game. But we'll jump back to the transfer window now and see what happens. I think the Højbjerg deal should be confirmed between this game and the next one. Find out momentarily. I wonder what... Wow, 4 emails. And indeed, Højbjerg and Moy sold 12.6 and 28 apiece, with 23.5 and 9.5 apiece going into my transfer budget. Jack Stevens, a loan offer for him, but I'm not going to accept that from Wolves. I'm going to keep Jack Stevens at the club because he's going to be a really good squad player for me this year. So as we head towards Brighton, we have about 40 million to spend in the transfer budget, which actually isn't that much, really, for a central midfield player. But we do still have Charlie Austin to sell and a couple of others, I believe, on the transfer list. Let's have a quick look. Charlie Austin's only really the main player that's worth anything. Although, to be fair, Sam Gallagher's worth £9 million as well. Charlie Austin on a fair whack wages wise too. So hopefully we could raise perhaps another 20 million there. We'll have to wait and see. Could always, of course, perhaps try and use one of them as make weight for a further deal. But do let me know in the comment section down below, central midfield potential signings. I'll put this out there now. I don't want to sign Tielemans. I know he always gets mentioned, but I'd rather sign someone that's a little bit more left field. Obviously, someone like Corentin Tolisso isn't necessarily 12 million from Brentford. I might accept that straight off the bat, to be fair, because that's quite a nice offer. I shall. Yeah, Corentin Tolisso is more of a mainstream signing, but considering he's grown so well, I'd be foolish not to perhaps think about signing Corentin Tolisso. But I'll remove Timo Werner from there now, and I'll remove the wingers. We're not going to be signing a winger at this stage. Torgan Hazard could play at cam, and then I could consider moving Promes back out wide, but I think that might be unfair on Buffalo or Justin Kluivert, or equally Richarlison as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'll leave him on the shortlist just for now until I get some feedback from you guys. But at the minute we have Harry Winks and Corentin Tolisso. But let me know who to add to that list and I will add to it. But we shall go and play Brighton away from home now in our first fully competitive game of the season. It's Premier League time. Can we start with 3 points away from home? 4-4-1-1 for Brighton. Matthew Ryan in goal. New signing Lindelöf at centre-back. New signing Zakaria in central midfield as well. Raul Jimenez up top. Brighton should be an easy victory for us, but we'll wait and see if it actually is. Jimenez across to Pascal Gross. Racing forward. Henry Harris trying to stay with him. Schurf getting away from defenders, but Oro Romeu steps back in. David Pröper wins it back though, and a shot from Pascal Gross that was very well hit, very well saved as well by Arrizabalaga. He hit that so hard, and that was destined for the back of the net until Arrizabalaga reached away to his left-hand side. It will be a corner from Gross as well. Delivery towards the back post. Keeper will come and catch well. May have conceded 2 against Chelsea, Arrizabalaga, but started well here. He's got a good throw on him too, which immediately means that he's better than Onana for me. with my own play style, and Justin Kluivert is in behind here. Borja trying to get forward with me. I shall drill it into the middle, and it won't reach him, unfortunately. Could get possession back forward towards their area, though, here through James Ward-Prowse. I'm sorely tempted to give that a shot, actually. In fact, I will from here with promise, but I'm being closed down quickly. Ward-Prowse turning away well. Gets the ball out wide to Buffal. Lovely little scoop turn, and it goes down, and penalty given. Chance to score from the spot after just 9 minutes. Definite penalty. Perhaps slightly frustrated that he'd been scoop turned in quite such an embarrassing manner there, the defender. I'm not sure whether it was just a late challenge, or he just tried to step across but raised his leg as well. Physical challenge. Not sure whether it was definitely a penalty, actually, but I'll give the penalty kick to Borja Mayoral, our now new permanent striking signing, and he will tuck it home nicely. Southampton 1, Brighton 0, early doors. Gross with the ball across. Zachariah and Pröper link up well. Here's Pascal. Through to Raul Jimenez, and a goal for Brighton. Well, they were not behind for long, were they? 14 minutes in, it's 1-1. That didn't take long. Beaten at his near post there, the keeper. I just want to see a replay. It was close range, but maybe should have done better. Oh, he wasn't far away from it. I'm not sure. We'll give him that one, but if he's going to be another goalkeeper that concedes a lot of goals at his near post, I'm going to be particularly frustrated with my luck in new goalkeeping signings. Buffal. Promise has gone. Oh, it's a lovely ball from Sofiane Buffal to Quincy Promise, who's in behind, and I'll look to drill it hard and low across goal. Didn't really have the option to pass it to anyone on this far side, or near side as we look at it, but we were able to get a shot away. Oh, unfortunately, I can't find Henry Harris there, but Kieran Tierney's won it back. And I have to turn though, because everybody's over this side. Or I tried to just cheekily knock it around the outside of his boot there towards Borja Mayoral, but I wasn't quite able to do it. Never mind, we'll stay at 1-1 for now. Cedric nicely played down the line to Sofiane Buffal. Fate Rabona in there to Quincy Promise. That in front nicely of Oriol Romeu around the corner there to Kluivert. Can I spin? Not really. He's not with the physicality to get past the defender. Tierney will just get it back inside to him there. Around the corner. Look for Mayoral. Turns, shoots. Well, good save, and then decent defending from the defender to get it away. Promise will deliver the corner. Skriniar could be underneath this. He is. Unfortunately, he's too far underneath it, and it just bounces well high and wide. Prowse with the turn. Promise. Oriol Romeu on a high from his goal-scoring antics in the Community Shield. Seriously on a high, and lays it in there to Kluivert, who turns inside. Can't tuck it home. It's going to drop here to Buffal. And cannons off Lindelöf and out for a corner. Skriniar came close-ish from the previous corner. Mario Rui heads that away. Well, Prowse should keep this in. He's done very well to do so. Can we whip in across from deep? Well, not really. Raul Jimenez. Muslim. Nope. Not even getting near him to even try and out-muscle him. Shirt around the corner. Jimenez holds me off. Great delivery into the middle. And Pascal Gross gets ahead of Skriniar. And it's Brighton 2, Southampton 1 here with 25 minutes to go. They find themselves in front. That's not exactly how I envisaged this game going, to be fair. Jimenez isn't the fastest, but Tierney just couldn't get around him. Strength was enough, and the defender just did not react to the run. Absolutely nothing the keeper could have done from that close range. Again, really unfortunate for us to concede from so close to the goalkeeper, but might need to rely actually on my new striker. But what we'll do first is bring on Jordi Claessy. We'll move Promise out wide and then swap Promise for Buffal. And we'll see if we could do something there. Still waiting for Richarlison to come back from injury, of course, and he is a miss at the minute, but hopefully... Oh, that's a terrible pass. Hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later. Fingers crossed he's not actually too far from returning to the team, but we'll have to wait and see. For now, though, we need to concentrate on what's going on the pitch, because we're 2-1 down, and there's still 20 minutes to go. They have a corner, looking for a third. Kluivert going off now. Gross, the goal scorer, will whip it eventually. There we go, and cleared away by Ward-Prowse. Underneath this is Jordi Claessy, but Pröper gets to it first. Pascal Gross with a turn. Ward-Prowse can't get there. Steps in second time around. Still Pascal Gross comes forward. Tierney to send away Buffal. Centrally there to Ward-Prowse. Borja Mayoral didn't necessarily make the right run there. Plus he's done well to hold that up. And a good ball looking for Borja Mayoral, but Mario Rui reads it. Rui. Oh, it's a lovely ball inside the defender to get that to Izquierdo. Thankfully Skriniar steps in. If only he'd done that for the chance earlier on when they ended up going in front. Right, still 2-1 down. There's time left. I've brought on Diédhiou, but I'm actually playing him out wide currently. I'm hoping that extra acceleration and sprint speed can cause the defence problems on the far side. It'd be nice if Mayoral could actually commit to a run into the box. It'd be nice if Quincy Promes could hold on to possession, but Mario Rui decides it's his responsibility to take it away from me, and that might well have taken away from me any chance of getting any points from this game. Not the way that I envisaged the first Premier League game of the season going after playing so well against Chelsea. But it does appear, and in fact their confirmation, that we are going to lose the opening game of the season. Right then, that's annoying. That's very annoying. Oh, I dominated the game as well, chance creation-wise, but bollocks. Never mind. Never mind. We'll see if anything happens between now and the West Ham game, transfer-wise, because I don't quite think I've got enough money. Well, actually, we've got the Sam Gallagher sale in the making, haven't we? So if I can get that sale done, I can show you exactly how much money we have to spend. There have been some huge deals done in the transfer window thus far. Charlie Austin has had a transfer offer for him now too. Wonderful. I'll accept that straight away. If both those deals can get done before West Ham, that would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'd love it. I'd love it if they both got sold. Sam Gallagher's gone. Waiting for another email, please. Oh, still just the one. Still just the one. Okay, well, Sam Gallagher's gone. And we'd get about another 8 or 9 added from the Charlie Austin deal. So, let's say I have 55 million-ish to spend on a new central midfielder, providing Charlie Austin accepts that deal. We've got West Ham. Oh, now the Carabao Cup game against Bournemouth, and then we'll have West Bromwich Albion on transfer deadline day, the day after tomorrow. But for now, that's going to be all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please do give me all your suggestions. At the minute, we've got Harry Winks and Corentin Tolisso on the bench. I'll quickly show you those massive deals, actually. Mbappe, £91.8 million to Lazio. Kingsley Coman, £75.9 million to Manchester United and £69.3 million to Manchester City for Nabil Fekir. Some massive deals going down. Will we be adding to that? We've already spent £40-odd million on Aretha Balaga and now another £20-odd million on Diédhiou. And hopefully we'll be adding to that with another central midfield signing. We'll have to wait and see. Drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time.